Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next episode. We're through spring training. We made some changes. It's been quite a while since I've seen this team. It's probably been about a week and a half, maybe like 2 or 3 days since the last video. But I haven't really touched it. I've kind of decompressed. I kind of got into the sim quickly, so I just needed a mini break. But here we are. We're at opening day. Um, so we did make at least one trade, right? We did do one big thing, and we did end up trading Jared Kelenic for two reasons. The first being, where are you? We're in April, March. The first being, we kind of got him a little cheesily. So I started kind of feeling weird about it. So eventually I just dealt him. I didn't really try and get too much from him. I can't even find it here. Kel. Let's see if we can find it here. Yep. Uh, I didn't. I sent him to Miami for an 18-year-old shortstop. Looks like he's probably going to be nothing, but I thought that was probably a fair package just in case. So he got sent to Miami. He is slated as their starting left fielder, and he didn't have a great spring for them. But that was the one trade I made. As to the other log gems, we have to figure out log gem, who knows? Damiano Palmegiani starting the year on the injured list. He was hot in spring training, but he got hurt with patellar tendonitis, so he starts on the injured list, which frees up some time for Mr. Trey Morgan, who had a great spring himself. Excuse me. Wow. Very good spring. And he's going to start at first base for us on opening day. And then we'll see how it goes for the next 1 to 2 weeks ish whenever Palmegiani comes back. But this is pretty much our roster, I think. Kike Hernandez did make the roster. He hit fine. He's very versatile. Let's get a scouting report going. He's very versatile. He can play everywhere. He's a good backup bat. He's a fine, I guess, pinch runner type guy. So he made the roster. Alan Serta is going to play a lot. Jay Allen also made the roster. So we have two backup outfielders, one backup super utility guy, and until Palmegiani comes back, we are going to carry Mr. Drew Bowser, 2023 fourth round pick. Great spring for him as well. If you can't tell, I put a lot of stock into these spring stats this year just to help me make some decisions. He can play second, he can play third. He could probably play left if I needed to, but for now, he's like that backup guy. One thing we're going to do kind of weird here is Matt McLean. Um, his defensive ratings are pretty good just about everywhere. He's fine at third, at right. He's below average in center. But what we're going to do is we are going to have him play everywhere. He's going to play everywhere. And we're going to split up his time in every single infield spot. And I think that's a good way to do it, at least until Palmegiani comes back. He's versatile. He can play everywhere, and he can give everybody that break. No other real question marks around here. Real Muto starting at catcher, Cade Hunter backing him up. Trey Morgan at first, Noel V. Marte at playing second base this season. He's another guy who could play in a lot of different spots if I needed him to. So, the option could always be switch McLean and Marte around, get Marte a little bit more experience at first, left, right, and do the same thing. Ellie De La Cruz will be our starting third baseman. Edwin Arroyo, our starting shortstop. Look at these defensive ratings. He is fantastic. He's a stellar stud defensively. The bat is fine as long as, it's slightly above average. We'll live with it. Stuart Fairchild, starting left fielder. He's in arbitration. He's going to get more expensive. We could always move off him if we need to. Michael Ciani, starting center fielder, stellar defender. This defense up the middle is going to be special. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give Matt McLean the starting right field spot on opening day, and then just have Serta play every second and maybe switch that around. But just because, sometimes with this expectation and the morale, like you need to start him at least in some spot. So He is starting against lefties at third. We move Ellie De La Cruz to first, at least until Palmegiani comes back, just because we're not going to try and expose Trey Morgan to lefties too much. No real rating drop off, but if we can avoid it, we're going to. So then Matt McLean shifts to third. Ellie De La Cruz plays first against lefties, and then Serta plays right for certain against lefties. So slight platoons in some places, but I like how this looks. McLean, Marte, Shohei, Ellie De La Cruz, Trey Morgan, Ray Muto, Edwin Arroyo, Ciani, and Fairchild. This is a really deep lineup. I'm actually kind of excited. I think this team can be better than the one we had last year if everybody stays healthy. The pitching staff without Zach Wheeler's a little worse. Um, Shohei, Castillo, Hunter Green, Lodolo, and Hunter Brown. The bullpen I think is also a little bit worse. I'm not really thrilled with some of these guys, right? And some of them have taken some steps back ratings wise at least. But that is beside the point. This is what we have, and we've proven that we can build bullpens fairly easily. My main concern is that there's a lot of money tied up in this bullpen. Nobody's making like a lot of money, but you know, Framber Valdez is coming back. Michael King is like the sixth highest paid player on the roster. Garrett Crochet is making 4. Rogers is making 3. Duvall's making 2. So a lot of money is allocated to the bullpen, whether it is fair or not. They're gonna kind of be judged based on how they perform. Seiya Suzuki, I don't know if we hit it, but we sent him to Toronto as well. No real spot for him, and I thought I like Seiya Suzuki in real life. I think he's worthy of some playing time. I don't think we really got anything. Uh, Brahim Jimenez, yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, no, that's nothing. And we gave up Cardona. It was just kind of just to get off of him, but whatever. Anyway, so he got sent to Toronto. I think he should be playing more than what he actually is. So, salary, we have plenty of space this year and next year. I don't foresee us spending it unless it's on a big 1 year deal. Like maybe we give Real Muto like a 1 year, $30 million deal, see if he bites. But I think we're going to keep this flexibility because our payroll skyrockets in the years 27, 8, and 9. So we'll see. Let's get to some preseason predictions. Baltimore and Tampa in the AL East are your top dogs there. Minnesota is projected to win 99 games in the Central, and Seattle and Houston in a dogfight in the AL West. Yordan Alvarez, obviously. Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's been hurt the last couple of years. He hasn't really. He played in 2023. He played 97 games, 131. Yeah, this is a pretty lengthy injury history for 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, somewhere around there. Vlad Guerrero Jr. having a great career so far. Missed a few games last season, but still great. Really good. Yeah, like I said, good career so far. He's almost at 200 home runs already at age 26. He should hit that this season. J-Rod, Wander Franco, Judd Fabian was 2021 draft pick of the Red Sox and then drafted in the second round by the Orioles in 2022 in real life, I suppose, and looks like he had some good TCR. Great defender, good bat. That's pretty cool. Another stud for the Orioles. Devers in Boston, Aaron Judge, Cameron Misner, which is also, I think, a TCR guy. Yeah, he's been in the majors, or at least the organizational systems for a long time. J-Ram and Mike Trout, who, he's been somewhat healthy, which is kind of nice to see. He hasn't really been super healthy lately. And I also think he should be playing left field every day at this point. I think you can get a better defensive center fielder, and you can win some Gold Gloves in left. So I think he should be playing left. 86 WAR, his climb to 100 is getting close. 86, 3 more 5 4 seasons, and he should be pretty close. Losing 2020 and 2021 really hurt him, but there's nothing you can do about that now. Pitchers. Angelo Martinez. Wow. How did he come about? Real international free agent in 2022, and he has popped. Okay. All right. Got it. That's a good pitcher. Carlos Rodon, Shane McClanahan, Garrett Cole, Kevin Gausman, Aaron Nola, Paul Skeens has come up last year, I think. Yeah, he pitched he got 25 starts last season, but he'll be better this year. He's a good pitcher. I like Paul Skeens a lot in real life. Jeffrey Springs, Dylan Cease, and George Kirby. There's not a whole lot of question marks here. I think Dylan Cease going to Baltimore was kind of cool. What was the deal? Arxie Hernandez for Mitchell. Yeah, I would not have done this. This seems like a mistake. Anyway, and at least the Mets and the Braves are your top dogs there. The Reds were projected for 93 wins. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates projected 10 games back. They're the closest. Is Andrew McCutchen still around? I don't know. Chase Dollinger's your number one. Andrew McCutchen. He probably retired. He was getting kind of old. So, yep, they're our number two. And then the Dodgers winning the West. Looks like a little bit more parity in the National League rather than the American League this year. You got some, I don't know, everything seems kind of close and clumped up a little bit. But Fernando Tatis, he's missed some games the last 2 years, 126 and 23 and 123 and 24. But the bat's been great when he's been available. He misses games. That's kind of what happens to him so far. But he's still such a good player that I think he will be fine. I don't know if I'd be playing him at short anymore. Where did he play last year? 2024. He played 11 innings at second. Most of his time was at short, and he did play some right, but I don't think I'd be playing him at short anymore. They just cut his infield range. Michael Harris II, Ellie De La Cruz, top hitter right there. O'Neal Cruz, Bryce Harper, Zach Veen, Mookie Betts, Shohei, Corbin Carroll, and Matt Olson. For pitchers, Brandon Woodruff in Milwaukee, Alex Vesia, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, as a closer is projected for a top pitcher. That's pretty cool. Kyle Harrison, Sandy Alcantara, Kodai Senga, Max Fried is a Met. How did that happen? Was he a free agent? 6-year, $90 million free agent contract. Interesting. Gavin Hollowell, incredible reliever. Not really sure how that happened. I don't know when his TCR kind of popped, but he was traded by the Rockies to the Dodgers for Andy Pages and Jake Vogel. He has not popped. That's kind of sad. Yeah, and then what happened? He won a Reliever of the Year award last year. Where is scouting? Yeah, so 9/28/24. That's when he popped. It was right around the end of, or somewhere in 2024. That's pretty cool. Good for you, Gavin. Blake Snell, Alex Wood, and Anderson Espinosa. So mixed bag pitcher wise, which is kind of cool. Still, I like when some guys pop. But yeah, that's projected for the season. Trading block, I feel like we're gonna need some pitchers. We always, for some reason, end up needing pitchers. Nothing's on good. Nico Horner probably doesn't fit very well onto this team, but if we have an issue, if we need a power infusion, which I doubt, Castellanos, a reunion with him at the DH spot seems, or first base seems like a good idea. At this point, they would probably retain most of his deal. Oh, Andrew McCutchen is a Baltimore Oriole. They traded him away. The Pirates traded him for Connor Norby, which seems terrible because why would the Pirates ever trade Andrew McCutchen away? That makes no sense. Again, I should say. Again. He's not a real defender anymore. He's really a DH, I guess, fourth outfield ish type. He's probably fine at first if you wanted to throw him there, but he's a clubhouse character guy at this point. $4 million. Yeah, if we have leadership issues, that's not a bad idea either, but I don't think that'll happen. Starlin Castro's still kicking around. He's a Phillies triple A team. He had a bad season for Minnesota a couple years ago. Okay. Yeah, nothing crazy right now, but I think that'll change. Taylor Rogers is available from Boston. Nabil Krismat, Chris Sale. So they're starters if we need them. It's mostly just Boston looking like they have a fire sale going on. He's on a $10 million deal. Fly ball pitcher in Cincinnati. Who knows, right? But it looks like there's options. Joe Mantiply if we need a decent reliever, but he's also kind of expensive now, so maybe not. But anyway, we have options. We have choices, which is nice. So far, Sean Doolittle still kicking around. Sean Doolittle is kicking around. He's on the Cubs. He's been fine. He had a really good season the year before, actually. He pitched in 41 innings, 2.2 ERA, 35 games, positive WAR. That's crazy. And then I just saw another funny one. Logan Verrett was an all-star in 2024 last year with the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is kind of cool. I don't think he pitched a game after the all-star break, to be honest with you. But still an all-star. Good for you, man. Like, good season. That's pretty cool. So anyway, that's the team. Waiver wire. Ooh, before I wrap it up, anybody? Oh, we put a claim in for Jonathan Loizaga. Just because if we need some depth, stash him at AAA. Nick Anderson, no. Nobody else, I think, stuck out to me. And then batters, nobody was really anything special, I think. I didn't look too hard at the batters, but Tavares is a good defensive outfielder, but he's making more money than I would pay for that. Kyle Lewis, interesting. No, maybe not. Pavin Smith, OTP legend, did not pan out in this sim. Joe Adell also did not pop. He's only 25, but I think that they're kind of... he looks like a 4A kind of guy. Okay. Anyone else? No. Alan Trejo, old friend. He played in Colorado the last 2 years. Not good. Not good, Mr. Trejo. So his, was this the guy I was thinking of? No, that's not who I'm thinking of. Who am I thinking of? Oh, Alejo Lopez. That's who I'm thinking of. Where are you, my friend? You were in Seattle. You had... That was your all-star year with us. Your one more year. And then you only played... In 2024, he was at AAA. He had a good AAA year and then not good when he got called up. But, yeah, there's still hope. He's only 28. That's still fairly young. Yeah, so anyway, that's the team. We're going to see if we have any other injuries. I do have injuries up. Let's go look at this. Slightly higher stats and AI. No, AI settings. Yep, so here's our trade difficulty. This is at what, like 16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is that's at 16 out of 20. Slightly favors prospects. Okay. Yeah, where is injuries. Is high realistic modern day, but then normal long injury frequency. I don't like messing with guys' careers. I like assuming that everybody's going to be mostly healthy, but I do like the high short injury frequency. It provides a little extra depth for me. Oh, my view changed. I got to fix that. I have customs for batting. I got to fix the pitching, but yeah, so that's part of the reason why, Palmegiani is on the injured list. It was just like a nagging thing, like 2-week injuries. I like keeping them on. It helps because you also have to keep some depth at AAA. So I like bumping that up, keeping long-term injuries as normal. Framber Valdez should be back soon. So we'll see what he has left. I'm not super married to keeping him. Like maybe I can get something like a prospect or like a reliever. But I do like the high movement and the extreme ground balls. So we'll see. But that's projections. Our farm systems are fairly what's the word I want to use? Massacred. Everybody's been promoted. There are no real prospects coming up. Player development. We have the ninth ranked system because everybody's like really low. All of our best prospects are really like low. So, you know, international free agent Johan Brault, Trey Morgan's at the majors, and who else? Kate Hunter's in the majors. But, you know, a lot of these guys are still far away, and so there's no real help coming. Cam Collier had it in spring. He was fine, but he's got to get moving too. He's been at high A for this is going to be his third year at high A, so he's got to get moving a little bit. Who else is down here worth watching? Jay Allen is in the majors. Aiden Harris I had in spring, but he was not very good. It's in spring training, and his personality ratings have taken a really bad dip. Low in leader and work ethic, high in greed. Uh, so he might be someone we look to flip at some point. We could probably get someone useful for him. Chase Petty's in the majors. Hector Rodriguez, I think, had a great year at AAA last year. Oh, Double A, not great at AAA, but good at Double A. So any help we're gonna get is probably gonna be an outside addition. So we'll see how this season goes. I think this team can be better than the one we had last year. And I think we're gonna look for at least one starter, unless some combination of Lodolo and Hunter Brown really pick it up. But that is a conversation for a later date. So that is our preseason intro. Another short one, just kind of like last episode. I'm trying to lengthen them a little bit, make them a little bit longer, because I forget why. I had a good reason, but anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. So that's the episode. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.